Hello viewers, welcome to Bible Storybox. In today's video, we will discuss about the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors. But before that, kindly subscribe to this channel. Now viewers, let's get started. In an ancient land amidst the bustling tents of a nomadic camp, there was a young man called Joseph whose very presence commanded attention. Joseph's face, smooth and youthful, carried the beauty of his mother Rachel, while his eyes, dark and full of thoughtful intensity, spoke of his father Jacob's wisdom. His hair, thick and dark, with a natural shine that caught the light in a way that made him stand out among his brothers. Jacob loved Joseph more than his other sons, which caused resentment among them. To show his love for Joseph, Jacob gave him a special coat of many colors. This made his brothers even more jealous, and they began to hate Joseph. Their eyes, once full of brotherly affection, now gleamed with resentment. The colorful coat, a symbol of Jacob's undivided love for Joseph, had become the cause of a deep-seated jealousy that festered between them. One day, Joseph had a dream in which he saw himself ruling over his brothers. When he told his brothers about the dream, they became even angrier with him. The bundles of grain bow down to one bundle in the center, symbolizing Joseph's dream of rulership. They plotted to kill Joseph, but Reuben, one of his brothers, convinced them to throw him into a deep pit, lay hidden among the rocks instead. Later, they sold Joseph to some Ishmaelite traders who were traveling to Egypt. In Egypt, Joseph was sold as a slave to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Joseph worked hard and earned Potiphar's trust, but Potiphar's wife falsely accused him of attempted rape. Joseph was thrown into prison where he met two other prisoners. One of them was Pharaoh's butler, and the other was his baker. While in prison, both of them had dreams, and Joseph interpreted their dreams for them. He told the butler that he would be released and restored to his former position, and he told the baker that he would be executed. 2 years later, Pharaoh had a dream that troubled him. Pharaoh's wise men could not interpret the dream, but the butler remembered Joseph. "I know a man who can interpret this dream," and told Pharaoh about him. Joseph was swiftly summoned to the royal court before Pharaoh, and he interpreted the dream for him. He told Pharaoh that the dream was a warning that there would be 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph advised Pharaoh to store up food during the years of plenty so that they would have enough to eat during the years of famine. Pharaoh was impressed with Joseph's wisdom and made him his chief advisor. Joseph oversaw the preparation for the coming famine, and during the years of plenty, he stored grain and food throughout Egypt. When the famine came, Joseph was able to provide food for the people of Egypt and surrounding regions. Meanwhile, a famine strikes Joseph's brothers who were suffering from the famine in their own land and came to Egypt to buy food. Unfortunately, Joseph's brothers did not recognize Joseph, but he recognized them. Joseph tested their sincerity and loyalty by accusing them of being spies and demanding that they bring their youngest brother Benjamin to Egypt. Joseph's brothers returned to Canaan and brought Benjamin to Egypt. Joseph finally reveals his identity to his brothers. He forgave them for their past wrongs and invited his entire family to come and live in Egypt, where they could be provided for during the famine. Joseph reunited with his father Jacob, and the entire family moved to Egypt to live in the land of Goshen, where they are provided for during the famine. Joseph becomes a great leader who saves his family and Egypt from the famine. His story ends as a testament to faith, perseverance, and the power of forgiveness. Now viewers, let's get to the moral of the story. Joseph's story illustrates forgiveness, faith, and perseverance, and remains a beloved story in many cultures. It teaches us the ability to use our gifts and talents to serve others, even when facing adversity, ultimately trusting that God's plan will work out for good, no matter the circumstances. Just as God had a plan for Jacob's and Joseph's lives, God has a plan for yours.